plan.
I'm thinking about our family in the other room. Just hearing that, like, sorry guys, we gotta go. We gotta go.
Things.
Hello, welcome back to my podcast. If you've been here before, and if you haven't been here before, this is where I talk for like 30 minutes straight. It never really is very coherent, but it's always a fun time. And today, I have our first guest ever. It sounds stupid, like actually introducing somebody, but we're here with, actually, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Lily. If you're new here, I'm Chloe's older sister by 2 years. Do I need to give any more context?
No, we'll get into more context in a minute, but
Can't wait.
we do just have one mic that we're going off of right now because this isn't a real thing, but it's real to us. So we're just gonna talk into this one mic and kind of pass it back and forth. So
This doesn't feel real, by the way. Like, I feel like we're not actually recording, so I'm excited to see this online. I've been like really excited for this for months now, so I'm really happy and honored to be here.
wow,
Yeah.
You wanted to clout chase me, huh?
I did, of course.
That actually happened one time. I actually want to tell this story. There was a guy that went to a different high school in our area, and he asked me, like, this was like freshman year of college, and he asked me to go to his house and be on his podcast. And he was like, no, I'm gonna clout chase you. I want you for clout. Like, we weren't even friends. And I was like, I don't know what you're clout chasing because there's nothing going on in my life. But that was the craziest. Yeah, that was the craziest thing that has ever happened to me, maybe. But today we're just gonna talk about us being beautiful twin sisters. And kind of just talk about being sisters, talk about funny stories about us.
Our New Year's resolutions. I don't know why, I'm very passionate about them. And I just feel like since this is your last episode before the new year that we have to address it.
Who said it was my last episode?
I did, as your manager.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I think we just need to start from the beginning. Do you want to just like give some background of us? Like, you kind of already did, but like 2 years apart.
I can try my best. I feel like I need to hold this for it to feel normal. But yeah, we're 2 years apart. I'm older than Chloe. We were always 2 years apart in school until she skipped a grade. So then starting after, it was your second grade? Mm-hmm. So I was in fourth grade when Chloe was in third grade. And that was kind of our first year. Ever since then, we've only been 1 year apart in school. And I feel like that's really shaped us. What?
I don't know.
This is kind of weird. And then in college, we both went to school in San Diego and lived together. And there she also got a year ahead. So we graduated at the same time. And we are kind of iconic, I would say. I feel like people know us as a duo. And so I don't know anymore.
So the way me and Lily were raised was like same room, same vibe. We were literally dressed as twins our entire lives growing up. And I was always like the blue-green sister, and she was always like the purple-pink sister. And it literally, we always talk about this all the time, but there's like narratives to us that like we were described as kids that have just like carried into our adult lives that we cannot break at all. It's just like who we are. It's like, should we tell them about the kinetic scene?
So, okay, as the pink blue, wait, no, sorry.
Whoa.
Start that over. Let's start that over. As the pink purple sister and Chloe is the blue green sister, it's really, as you can see by our outfits, I feel like it's kind of translated into our adult life. Yesterday we were at Target and there was mystery kinetic sand, which we love. we love kinetic sand.
I do. Like, I've played with kinetic sand for years. I've never seen you touch it until yesterday.
But we got mystery packs and her sand was blue. Go back.
It's a podcast. There's not a lot of...
Right. So we both got the mystery kinetic sand, and hers was purple and mine was blue. So of course we had to trade. But I don't know if there's anything else you want me to share in regards to the sand.
I think just knowing, like, I'm the blue sister and you're the pink sister, this is only going to make sense to people that have sisters in this manner, but it's just, like, that just kind of sums up our entire personalities into one, because that's just, like, the people.
If Chloe's ever wearing
kind of
pastels, it's kind of odd, and if I'm ever wearing black, it's kind of odd. So.
Yeah,
and I've always said that.
Did you have anything else on your mind? I have like a couple notes, but I don't think they're.
Let's get to your notes.
I don't think they're like that good.
Okay.
So like Lily said,
I'm trying to read your computer and I can't.
We grew up so close our entire lives, so it's like everything that we did was at the same time, but we never did a lot of the same things where it was like competitive, which is weird, which is like a big like note, because Lily is more of like a musical she was more of the musical theater kid,
Right.
and I would dabble as like something to do in common, but then I was more of like a sports kid. But something that I wanted to talk about, which I think it's silly, but I wanted to hear your side of it because I don't think we've ever like fully addressed it.
Okay.
Was our like dynamics in high school, and
What do
like
you mean?
and like who we were in high
Oh.
school.
Yeah, you can speak on that.
No, I want you to go first.
Okay, so I think in high school, well, at first, I thought for some reason in high school that I was like enemy number one. Like I didn't think anyone liked me, and so that's kind of how I was perceiving myself as like the kid that I didn't have like really like drama with anyone, but I kind of was just like doing my own thing. I had my group of friends that I liked, and I kind of just thought that everyone else was like a hater, so I just kind of kept to my own group. Apparently, Chloe perceived me as just like minding my business. Like no one really had an opinion on me. While I think Chloe was very much like it girl in high school, I don't think she would say that about herself, but like she was athletic, she was flirty, she wasn't like embarrassed by herself, and so I feel like we just had very different experiences in high school because of who we are.
well, also, Lily forgot to mention that she went to a different middle school than like one of the ones that everyone else went to, if that makes sense, because our high school had two middle schools that fed into the high school. So she went to this fuck ass.
It was fun.
It was fun. She went to a middle school that was like just performing arts,
And
and
we learned like we still learned math and science, and we learned all the subjects, but it was more heavily arts.
it was like focused on the theater
you had to
arts.
audition.
Yeah, you had to audition to get in. That's crazy. I actually forgot about that. So she kind of left for like 2 years and nobody heard from her and she was on like a different planet. And meanwhile, I'm the type of person where I went to one of the junior highs and then I was also trying to get into contact with like everyone else at the other junior high. So for some reason, I just went into high school like knowing everyone from every school. And I also did sports and then I did choir and show choir. So it was like I was dipping my toe into so many different areas. But I think like Lily... just like she just like is okay, this is actually the other dynamic we can talk about, because I had to follow Lily in school. It actually sucks, actually following everyone in school.
we can revisit that later.
So no, but Lily is like a straight A perfect student, like just sits in the back, gets all the questions right, like doesn't have to try, and then she just like pops into like her little singing class and then sings her songs and then goes to musical theater, the musical rehearsal, yeah, and then she just sings there and she goes home and she does her homework, blah. And it's like me on the other hand following Lily, bad. It was like a B student, could not stop talking. The teachers loved me because I somehow knew how to like manipulate them to be like, I'm really funny though, and they'd be like, yeah, you are.
Yeah, I feel like you were more like you would like go like see teachers like when you weren't in their class, but it wasn't in like a kiss up way.
Yeah.
It was in more of just like a hey, what's going on? Meanwhile, I was like the favorite because like they never had to worry about me. I was always like getting my assignments in on time and writing good essays and
Yeah.
just that kind of thing. But I never really had a personal. Well, that's a lie. There were a few teachers that they saw through the facade of being perfect and like
Yeah.
they were more real with me. But I feel like Chloe Moore was just like a homie with the teachers. Sorry,
Yeah,
I've
like-
never said that before, by the way.
That's what, no.
But yeah, I was definitely kind of like I look back at who I was in high school and I'm so different than who I am today.
No, yeah. And you're acting a little bit different in front of this camera too.
I know. I can't not.
I know, it's hard. And it's actually a skill that
What do you think I'm doing right
that
now?
nobody appreciates. I'm acting different than I would act if you weren't here. Cuz I'm trying to like have it flow, but like let me just get comfortable really quick. Like, let me just chill out really quick.
What am I doing that's different?
You're talking like very proper.
Okay, yeah. I think because I'm thinking about what I'm saying.
Yeah, and we've also been like meditating on what we were going to say in this podcast for like a week or something, and we've been like planning this out. Like sometimes you just can't plan stuff too much whenever it comes to like social media and stuff, but yeah, like following Lily in high school was so hard because she was perfect. And then like, oh my god, I'm saying like a lot. Sorry, but one time we have 2 older siblings, so Max, Macy, and then me and Lily. And me and Lily are only 2 years apart, and then the other ones are like 4 and 6 years above Lily.
Something like that.
Yeah. So it's like they happened, and then we happened. Hey, the party arrived. And so that's why we're so close, is because we have other siblings, but
That's why we're so close.
like we're really close at age. I can't do this. So
get
we're like really
comfortable.
close. Oh my gosh.
That's so funny.
I feel like I'm sitting on something too. Oh wait, it's just a pillow.
I feel like, yeah, that's why I'm talking a little more proper, is because I feel like we're like switching off the mic too. So it's like
Yeah.
I'm waiting for my turn, and then when it gets to
Should
me,
I
I'm
just
like,
hold it in the middle?
yeah, I can like.
Can you guys hear us? Okay, enough.
Let me get a little sippy sip.
So we have 2 other siblings, and I was always the last because I'm the youngest, if you can tell already. Also, you had something you wanted to say about being a middle child. I'll let you say that. But
What did I have to say? How do you feel like being the baby of the family shaped you?
I'm almost there. Hold on.
Okay.
Um,
Sorry, I don't know your script.
I don't have a script. I was just in the middle of a
I
thought.
don't know your what your notes are. Like what you
I was in
wanna
the
do.
middle of a thought.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
No. So one time the teacher was like, "Your kids, wow, Chloe, just not like the other ones. She's
Also, this was like her kindergarten teacher, or like first grade, right?
It was early. They were like,
They were like, "Your kids are so awesome. Chloe's so different than
Yeah.
the rest of them."
yeah. And if you're into astrology,
Oh,
Max
me and
and Lily are Virgos, and Macy's a Taurus, so they're all Earth signs. And then I'm a Libra, so I'm an air sign. And I think that's really what it is.
you're like the tornado that came in to
Tornado.
destroy our fields.
What,
Our Earth fields.
girl? So I know you're like, let me try to be more myself, and then you're being like an alter ego. That's not even you.
Yeah, you're right.
Tornado.
You guys will never know the real me.
No, literally never. She moves in silence. That's what I think about like you in high school. It's
I
like,
also kind of move in silence.
It's
now.
like-
I feel like you guys don't hear from me.
oh, okay. Also, we have to mention, of course, the obvious height difference.
Right.
We do have the same parents, everyone, and Lily is 4'11",
Mm-hmm.
and I am 5'9". Some would argue I'm 5'10", maybe in shoes. I don't know. But yes, we do have the same parents. We just don't know what happened. It just didn't disperse equally. That's fine. That's fine.
What a way to put that.
But like, I think that also might have contributed to like our presence in the world, because it's just like, I'm like, boom, I'm here. And then you could like easily slip through the cracks
Yeah.
and just kind of like get into your little Ford Escape and drive away.
I miss my car.
Okay. But so wait, actually I want you to go first. How do you think being the middle child affected
Oh my gosh.
you? Because it's not even like middle, because there's 2 middles.
Right. No, I actually thank you so much for this question. I feel like Macy's a middle in a different way because she's the oldest daughter. And there's a lot of things about the oldest daughter being like stressed and whatever. She's not really stressed ever, but she is very much like a planner, the hostess. Like she's doing all those like really extra things. And I feel like as the baby, you're very like wild in a way where like she said, she just like always had this different energy that like always would surprise us and keep us on our toes. And I feel like for me, being the middle, I've gotten really used to going with the flow in groups, which is kind of weird because anyone that knew me in high school knows that I could not go with the flow ever at all.
I do that as well, though. I think that's like our family.
Yeah, maybe that's just the dynamic of being in a bigger family, but I've noticed as an adult, like I'm not as good at planning things for groups because I've always been used to someone else doing it for me. I feel like I move in silence, like Chloe said. Like I feel like my family doesn't always know where I am or what I'm doing, but I am doing like I was gonna say stuff, but that's kind of stupid. But like I feel like I'm doing cool things, but no one knows about them. No one knows about them. And I do feel like I've always had like to prove myself for some reason. I don't know why, but I think that's like a middle child thing.
Also, growing up,
Wait, I have a story too.
so it was, you would think everyone teamed up on me. It was all of us teaming up on Lily. So I think that's what kind of contributes to like this winning people over thing, is that whenever we would team up, it was all on Lily. And like we low key, I was doing it so that I would get approval from like the older kids. But then like, I think we really shaped Lily into the person she is.
I agree. I have a much thicker shell than I used to.
Mine's not.
I was so sensitive, and I still am about certain things. Like any movie, I will be crying. Any I'm a very sensitive person in general, but when it comes to like people like saying or doing things, like I have a much tougher shell, which I really appreciate that y'all instilled that in me. I also was going to say my favorite middle child story is that one time I was left at the hotel room in Colorado. We were on a trip and we were going ice skating, and I was so excited because I love ice skating. And we were with a big group. Like, it was more than just our family, but everyone was leaving. I think I was in the bathroom and they left, and I was still in the hotel room. But before they even got to the parking lot, my mom realized I wasn't there. So, like, no hate, no shade, but like I just feel like that's such a middle child thing. But I love it. I feel like it's very like low key,
Yeah.
No one expects anything of me.
You're like the low key. Well, even our older sister Macy texted us the other day and she was like, wait guys, Lily's like really funny in her old age. Like, she's gotten so funny. And I was telling Max, I was like, wow, it must be nice to like have the bar on the ground. Right. Like,
yes.
I was like, for me,
So true.
it's been like 22 years of like hard work. Like, people expect this. I have to show up and show out. And for Lily, it's like, you could really just say anything and I'd be like, that's really impressive that you just thought of that.
True. I've really grown. And
You
I'm
really
not
have.
I never know when I'm being funny. I've been told I just am a funny, like, in like my essence
Aura.
is funny.
Funny aura.
I'm not really cracking jokes, but when I say certain things because it's me saying them, it's funny.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Mm-hmm. Well, also in the topic of like things we were told when we were younger, Lily was always labeled as the sweet, sensitive one, and I was always labeled as like the mean. Can I think of a positive? Like mean, funny, but like
Yeah.
like grumpy, moody, troublesome, crazy, and Lily was like perfect angel, smart, nice, sensitive. And I think as we've gotten older, it hasn't like completely flipped. Like, we still hold some of those, but I think like not being able to be sensitive when I was younger has made me much more of like a sensitive adult. Mm-hmm. And then like for you, on the other hand, it's like you were labeled as very sensitive and now you're like way tougher than like I am or other people.
I also think too, just like seeing, and we have a niece, her name's Penelope. I love her so much, but this was like a huge shock when she was born, is that I'm like not maternal at all. And everyone always expected me to be, like when you do those things where it's like, which sibling's gonna get married the first, like have kids the first, like everyone was always like, Lily, you're gonna be like the parent, you're gonna have all these kids and like blah blah blah. Oh my god, I am like so weird with kids. Like it was such a shock because I was like, oh my gosh, this like core value of mine that like people always expected from me is like not true. And I felt like really ashamed almost that like now that Penelope's a little bit older, I'm better with her. But when she was an actual like baby, I was so scared of her. I did not want to touch her. I did not want to break her. Like I just wanted to like observe her and love her from afar. But at first I was like, that was like devastating to me. Like I wrote about it in my journal. I was like, why am I not maternal?
Gosh.
But it's just because people always like put that label on me. Like I never really even thought for myself like if that was true or something I even wanted or like cared about. So it is weird kind of like discovering new things about yourself that are different than what your family has always told you about yourself.
Yeah.
I think Chloe especially is a very like sweet and considerate person, but you wouldn't think that right off the bat. She's also like, sorry, she's also, she's like great with Penelope and stuff. And I feel like no one would have guessed that when we were younger. So life is crazy. You're always surprising yourself. Right? It's so crazy. But yeah, it's weird getting to like rediscover yourself once you're an adult, kind of living outside your family. And like I still live with Macy and like Chloe and I live together, but still discovering.
Oh my gosh, should we talk about living together?
Sure.
Okay, so if you guys are unaware, I went to San Diego State University for 4 years. Lily originally started her college experience, obviously a year before me, but she started at a theater arts school, Boston Conservatory, which is actually so impressive. Leave a comment down below because not a lot of people, she's so talented, she's so beautiful, but not a lot of people get in there. It's a very small class and like everyone knows each other, something like that.
I'm also like a nickel baby a little bit. That's where Macy went, so.
But you had to earn it, babes.
True.
And Chris Olsen was there. But so Lily,
he's very nice in person, I will say. We were not friends, but
okay.
I just had to put that out there because he gets a lot of hate, and I'm a
he's
Chris
cool.
stan. I just wanted to clear the air.
So Lily originally started at this musical theater school, and then she was like, maybe I shouldn't put all my eggs in one basket, being Broadway.
And also being like the person I was in high school, like I missed real classes. Like I didn't realize how like emotionally stimulating it is to be just like in a class and how much I liked it, and there was like no chance to do that
I think it really makes sense for you to like be I don't know.
Be learning.
You love a homework assignment or some shit like that. Like I don't know.
When I was a kid, I would do those little like workbooks that was like
Oh, wait. Whenever
that was, like math for third graders, and I was like, yes, let me.
No,
get into this.
we were kind of both like this because me and Lily would put all of our stuffed animals on the stairs and we would play teacher like all the time. And I try to ask other kids if they've ever done this. Not kids, like adults that were kids at one point. But I'm like, did you guys ever play teacher? And they're like, no. And I was like, there's pictures of me like
our favorite.
Yeah, and I would like, we had this huge whiteboard for some reason that was like $5 at the thrift store, and I would like teach my mom math equations that she already knew the answer to, or it's like we would be at dinner and I'd be like, ask me what's this times this. And I'll answer it. I was like, give me like, I was like, give me one double digit and one single digit. And
I was like, do y'all know the thickest layer of the earth? Like what it's called? Like I was really obsessed with science.
Yeah.
I remember teaching Chloe about like all the different planets when I was learning about them. And for some reason, sunspots really stuck with me. I remember learning about sunspots, which are just like hotter areas of the sun. But I remember just like very specific things like that, like going home to teach Chloe or to teach like my American Girl doll or whoever.
Well, whoever wasn't the teacher had to sit on the stairs with every
It was all our Webkins and like Chloe like sticking out like a sore thumb. It was really good. I'm like, oh, once again,
Miss Rand.
Once again, Miss Rand.
And no, you would ask the stuffed animals. You would ask the stuffed animals too, and I would have to be like, like we were talking about. Lily went to this musical theater art school. She ended up leaving there. It was COVID. She did online, kind of like a community college for like a year.
Oh, yes. I did, yeah, just community college, but it was all online because of COVID.
And during that time, she was living in LA, and I was still down in San Diego. This was actually my first year in San Diego, was when she was doing online school. So we were only like 2 hours apart. But then this weird fate of chance thing happened. This is actually a dumb story. I don't really need to tell all of it. But I worked for the volleyball team at the time, and we were supposed to have a game at our school, which was San Diego State University. And then there was a leak in the ceiling, and they were like, oh, we have to play somewhere else. Let's ask our friends at University of San Diego. And we ended up going over there. And this is the dumbest thing about me, is that like before college, I didn't even look at USD or UCSD. I just looked at San Diego State and I was like, yep, this one's good.
Perfect.
And so I went to the USD campus and I was like, oh my gosh, this is nice. This all you right here? This is nice. And then Lily was like looking at colleges. I was like, oh, you should look at USD. You're supposed to back me up. Oh. And I was like, you should look at USD.
So crazy.
And she was like, yeah, okay, like whatever, I'll look at it. I'll apply.
Whatever, I don't like another school to apply to, but whatever.
You're like, if USC
It
doesn't.
was like a castle, so I was like, oh, okay.
And so she ended up taking a tour of it. She was like, wait.
This is noise.
That's what I was saying. So she came around. She said,
I also I hated LA. I'm so sorry if you live there. I did not like it.
look me in the eyes whenever you say something.
I hated LA. I'm sorry.
I know. Especially then, it was really, really bad because it was like COVID and stuff. So
really
there was nothing to do. But so she ended up choosing USD, and then that's whenever we lived together. Well,
no, there was a whole year.
There was a year where we didn't live together, and then our mutual senior year-ish. It was like my junior and senior year. I don't really know. We lived together, and it was a beautiful, beautiful time.
For real. I'm just kidding.
Lily had a rule.
No. Okay, yeah, you can say it.
Lily had a rule.
Wait, I'd like to also preface, I feel like I didn't chill out my personality until senior year of college. And so at the beginning, yeah, anyways, you can explain.
Lily had a rule that I could not bring a single guy over, even if ever. You wouldn't even let me after a first date or something.
I did not want to entertain
she
it.
did not. We had separate rooms. She had her own room, congregated off. There was a living room and then my room. We were far, far apart, and there was nothing really crazy going on. And she was just like, no, you cannot have a guy over ever, ever, ever. We had some issues living together, but we were really big into HelloFresh.
Oh, I forgot.
And I cooked for Lily all the time, so.
Chloe really got me on salmon, and now I make it once a week. But yeah, sorry about that rule. I was a cock. Can I say that on your podcast?
No, because that's not what I wanted.
Right. Yeah, okay. So I wouldn't say that.
Crazy to say about me, then you just cut out.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like scared of that. I just like, it's my baby sister. You know, I didn't want to see her get hurt. I didn't want to like talk to random men. I just did not, I don't know. And I was very stubborn about it then. Like like looking back, I'm like, why was I like that? I don't know. Maybe I was like going through something myself. We can unpack that. But I just did not want to see, like I was like, it's not for men. Like they're not supposed to be here.
Right.
So I said no, and I drew a line, and they never came.
Never. Never, ever.
Sorry.
And that's why I'm single to this day. Damn. But anyways, moving up after that, Lily graduated. I still had one more semester that I needed to finish, but that's on the DL. Just like 6 units, 2 classes. Don't worry about it. So Lily left. Lily left me and moved.
I have milk voice
Okay.
right now.
And she moved across the country to live with my other sister and to break my heart. That's what she that's what she decided to do. And then I moved to LA. She's been living in New York for like a year and some change.
Yeah.
And I've almost lived in LA for almost a year. Whoa. Sorry, our brother stimming. But I think we could get into like stories that we have. I obviously have some obvious ones, but do you have
childhood?
Just ever, if you want to start.
I have like an overarching theme with I call Chloe Cho, and I keep like almost saying it, and I'm like, no, they don't know her as Cho. She's Cho. But
whenever my coworkers whip it out, I'm like,
oh yeah,
they're like, hi Cho, and I was like, oh my god.
So Cho has always been my protector.
Okay, this is where I was gonna.
Okay,
go
really,
to.
really.
Yeah.
Okay, so we both wanted to share. So, like we said, I'm the older sister, but at the time, I had no backbone. I had no way of sticking up for myself. I was a little bitch, and I was always getting myself into situations where people were trying to like be mean to me or take advantage of me. That sounds like really dramatic, but like,
Can I add one thing?
yeah.
This is so far back off topic, but whenever we were talking about like it girl me in high school, I got bullied so much. There were so many people that actually hated me. Lily had fake ops that like literally no one
It was just in my head, and I was like, God, people hate me.
It was in her head. I had real haters.
I had anxiety, and Chloe had enemies.
Yeah, and I was just
Put that on a t-shirt.
tattoo it on my chest, bro. Put it on my back. But no, I actually had real haters, but now they all follow me and like my posts. So it's fine. But it was like actually I was everyone's like worst enemy for no reason. Mind you, it was just like some relationship things that people were taking sides with. But anyways, I had to clear that up.
The air. But that being said, when I was younger, I also like, I feel like all my enemies were like grown adults that like didn't like me for some reason. But the first op I ever had was at a kiddie pool in Disney World. This girl was splashing me and splashing me. I was maybe like, what, 4?
No, because I would have been 2. I think I was 4 and like you were 6.
Oh, okay. Either way, we were like little. As little as we could be to be like in this kiddie pool together. And and Chloe could talk. Okay. I'm giving you guys way too many details, but we were at this kiddie pool in Disney World, and this other little girl was like splashing me and like trying to get like water in my eye and like pushing us around.
Instigating drama.
Instigating.
Like, trying to irk you.
Yeah, and it was working. And you know, being the little kid I was like, hey, maybe can you stop maybe? Like, hey, maybe stop, please. And Chloe comes over. She's like probably 4 years old.
I'm in like pull-ups probably still.
She's in her pull-ups. She stomps on over to this little girl and she goes, hey. Hey, she goes, you want a piece of me? You want a piece of me? And like, it's like getting in between me. And I think this girl was like older than me.
Like, puffing up
I think
my
she was like
chest.
7. I was 6 and Chloe was 4. And Chloe like gets right in between me and this other little girl. And it's like, oh my God, like it reminds me of like when birds fight.
Oh yeah, and then they puff up
They
their
puff
chest.
up their chest, yeah. It's like, it was so crazy.
Wild.
But then like history repeats itself, and my sophomore year,
Yeah.
so Chloe, like
you were
Chloe
a
said,
sophomore, I was a freshman.
Chloe was a freshman. I was a sophomore. like she said, she dabbled in the musicals, and so we were both in Hairspray, the musical, at my high school. And
Our high school.
Our high school. And I played the role of Tracy Turnblad.
The lead.
And like I said, I was a very, very, very anxious person. And we had done the dress rehearsals. Like, it was opening night. And I had done all of my dress rehearsals in this one wig. And I felt comfortable in this wig. There were a few problems with the wig. I learned how to, like, not have the problems with the wig. You do a lot of, like, whipping your hair around, dancing as Tracy.
Did you do a cartwheel? I think you did a cartwheel.
No, I can't do a cartwheel now.
Hey, just go with it.
I was doing cartwheels. I was doing flips. And so I was used to this one wig.
It looked like a Pink concert.
I was levitating over the stage. I was like being like pulled around. And I got used to this one wig, and like I knew how to pin it to where it wouldn't fall off at certain parts. And opening night rolls around. It's probably like 40 minutes before the show.
Yeah.
This wig lady who doesn't even work at our high school comes backstage and just like, "Hey Lily, I have this new wig for you to wear. It's like twice as big." And I was like, "Hey," I was like, "Oh, like if you don't mind, I would like to wear the wig I practiced in. Like I didn't realize we were getting another wig, and like that one had issues. Like I worked the issues out, blah blah blah." I was like trying to explain myself, and she got so mad at me and so defensive and was yelling things at me like, "Oh, if you want to be a professional actress, like you're gonna get fired on Broadway with this kind of behavior. Like you're a brat." Like calling me, oh my god, I was a brat. Oh my god. Yes, love that for me. But she was like yelling at me and like being so mean, telling me I was so unprofessional and was never gonna be able to work on Broadway. Just saying all these horrible, horrible things. And I honestly forget what Cho did because I was like blacking out a little bit, so you can take it from here.
So I black out as well, because if I stand up for myself or anyone else, like, girl, I'm blacking out. But basically, word got around that like Lily was crying, and I was like, oh fuck, oh hell no.
Also, yeah, I was crying at this point. So
well, my case doesn't make it any better because I was like, Lily's crying, why? Wig lady dead. Like, and mind you, I'm a freshman in high school.
And also, Chloe has the ugliest wig in the entire show.
Actually, I'm not kidding
Wait,
you.
can you insert a picture?
I'm gonna insert a picture because it's still my brother's lock screen on his phone. I named this wig Deborah because it was like basically a Karen. It looked like a Karen haircut, and it didn't even like fit the time that we were in because they were like, if one person's wearing a wig, everyone has to wear a wig, or else it's gonna look like wigs. And I'm like, they all look like wigs. Do you wear wigs?
Have you ever worn wigs?
Would you ever wear wigs? So I had the ugliest wig in this whole thing, but I was like, this is Lily's moment. Like, she's the lead. I don't care about myself right now. And she just made her cry, die. So I walk up to her and I was like, you just made my fucking sister cry. No, mind you, I'm defending Lily, like, sobbing. Like, I thought I was so tough and, like, brave. And I'm going up to her. I was like, you don't talk to my sister like that. I was like, but I was like, you don't talk to her like that. You don't have any power over her. That you don't disrespect her like that. That's all I remember saying is like, you don't fucking talk to her like that. That's all I remember saying. And mind you, I was like a year younger, so I think I'm like 13 years old. like so young, and I'm like, don't fucking talk to me, but I'm crying the entire time, and she got fired on the spot.
Yeah.
So got her fired, she left. I ended up getting a different wig for like the next night or the night after that as a reward. It's like a reward.
It was also like my director's friend in real life. Like that's why she was working at the show, and even he was like, oh my god, like why was she acting like that? Like that was uncalled for.
Like multiple beautiful girls crying. Like
no, literally one of my theater teachers pulled me aside and was like, why are you crying? He was like this like tall lanky guy. He was like, why are you crying? You're going on stage in 30 minutes. And I was like, you're right. But he was like really sweet and nice. Like all my teachers were in support of me like feeling the way I did. And I went on stage in the wig that I liked, and it all worked out, and I can thank Chloe for that.
That's like one of my favorite stories. If I were to think of any other stories, though, I don't think I can. Like, those are the two I tell all the time.
I also think, like, in terms of, like, sometimes guys in high school would, like, compare us to, like favor Chloe. They'd be like, how are you so hot? And your sister's, like, the way she is. And Chloe would, like, block them instantly. Like, I don't know if there's, like, a specific example that you can think of, but she was always like, if guys ever, and that, what a weird thing to say, by the way.
And he bought me yellow roses when I wanted red.
odd thing
What
to say.
what an odd thing to say.
Yeah, but they would always be like, yeah, like, Chloe, like, you're so hot, and your sister's so, like, how did you get that way? Blocked.
Like, that doesn't like appeal to me anymore. Like, what did you think that was gonna do? I was gonna be like, hey! Like, no. That's my fucking twin, bitch. We look exactly alike. I was like, we're blueprint. Like,
one of my friends says that I am like, we have the same face, but mine is more round. Chloe's more long.
Veggie Tales.
Exactly. You could really like narrow us down to any two characters. Like, we know exactly who we are.
Oh, that's the other thing. It's like, we have...
Our tropes.
Yes. I think we should get into the questions.
Yeah.
Should I do for sisters or siblings? Oh, wait. Let's talk about how we never fight. Okay.
Well, we had a fight recently. We don't have to get into that.
It was just peaking so loud. No, we had a fight because Lily's working on her delivery. Like, something...
I can be mean sometimes on accident.
No, the thing about Lily is that she grew up that sensitive one, but now it's, like, overcorrected a little bit, where she's, like, just fucking... Like, she's, like, too blunt sometimes, where I'm like, whoa. And then I'm too sensitive now because I grew up as the tough one.
Yeah.
Damn.
People say I'm, like, very... Like, I'm their most honest friend, and I'm like, I don't really see that... Old. Okay. Yeah, my delivery sometimes is poor because I don't know, in my head I sound so sweet. And then I say it out loud and people freak out. But no, I've been told lately that I'm the friend people will go to when they need like actual honest advice, which I am so thankful for. And I'm glad that people see me as an honest person, but sometimes people don't ask me things because they don't want to actually hear an honest feedback, which is fine.
Should we do like deep ones or like rapid fire?
Do a few rapid fire to start, and then we'll go into deep. So Chloe is looking up, just on Google, questions for sisters. And to me, I think this is going to be like, have you seen, we've done one of those TikToks before, maybe you could insert a clip, where it's like, who's the thickest?
That's the only one that we can think of.
And it's like, who's the dumbest? Who's going to get, wait, I don't even remember. Who's going to get arrested?
Who's the better dancer?
So we're going to do a few of those.
Okay,
Are we pointing?
The better dancer. The better singer. Who's lazier? Aw, okay, we can keep it like that.
I feel like we're lazy in different ways.
But like...
What?
No, I was gonna make it like, kind of like inspirational and be like, it's because we like always push ourselves too hard.
Okay.
Okay, who's more of a diva? You! Wait.
No. Like, in what way?
Oh, wait. Sorry, I keep remembering things a little bit too late. Yeah, we talked about a while ago. But my coworker keeps telling me that I'm so younger sibling core.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, you were so youngest sibling. And I think that has really affected me positively. I know you asked me that earlier, of like, how being the youngest affected me. First of all, I'm mature AF.
Yeah.
And I grew up way faster. I have just like such a better grip on reality and other people and like understanding of other people. And I feel like being the youngest, I thought about this recently because like I can observe people so well and like read their demeanor and like micro expressions. Yes. Like I pick up on every little thing and I'm like, something's off about you. Like,
I think our family in general too, it just has like a knack for that.
Yeah. Or it's like being able to tell if I'm gonna like somebody like right off the bat. But then
We're
like
good at reading people.
Yeah.
You more than me.
Yeah. My coworker like was doing fine before his break the other day and then he came back and I was like, something's off. And he was like, yeah, I just feel kind of off. And I was like, okay, I could tell. Is there anything you want to talk about? And he was like, no, I'm good. And I was like, cool.
That happened to me too. I was at work with a friend and we had a big group of people at lunch and I could just tell something was wrong and we stayed down there like, I don't know, we got down there 5-10 minutes later than everyone, so we stayed about 10 minutes after. And as soon as everyone left, I said, are you doing okay? And she broke into tears. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I like smiled. I was like, not because you're crying, but because I just knew. Like, yeah. I know, like, it's a weird talent.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's how that affected me as being a younger sibling. But I don't think everyone's, like, youngest sibling is such, like, a spoiled brat diva. Like, they get everything. And it's, like, not to say that, like, everyone in our family got, like... We were kind of just overall spoiled with like good parents.
Yeah, our mom in particular is very much like the kind of like when we were kids, we'd be like, I want a cookie. She'd be like, okay, let's go get you a cookie.
It was just like
it was like
she was just protecting her peace a little too much. She was like, whatever you want.
Like for her too. Like she just like wouldn't.
She was like,
deal with conflict.
A pint of ice cream for breakfast again. Okay.
She's like, you'll learn to get sick of it eventually. So like, might as well like let you have it so you learn that lesson yourself. It honestly helps us. Like I've heard from other people too. Like I feel like because we were never told no. Now we can tell ourselves no.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Kind of. This says, who is a bigger insert celebrity name fan? So I'm gonna say Taylor Swift fan. Probably you. But I was thinking that we could tell maybe a little bit more about like our personalities and interests. Because okay.
Oh, okay.
So who are your top 5 Spotify artists?
Okay, wait. I was just gonna say that like there's definitely. It's funny too because when I think of a musical artist, I think of them as like, is it more my person or more of Chloe's person?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's also a very twin thing to
There's
do.
also
Just look at me.
wait, because you're gonna be like, ooh yeah. Wait, I forgot it.
Ooh, yeah.
I forgot. Wait. Oh, okay, hold on.
Like, for example, Taylor Swift is more mine.
I was gonna say that me and Lily are extremely similar and extremely different.
Yes.
And it's like so scary and weird to think about sometimes because it's like we're so aligned, but then there's like a whole nother realm to me and a whole nother realm to her that's like so different. So like
Exactly.
the Taylor Swift is the same. Ariana.
That's definitely more you.
Yeah, that's more me. But
Yeah. But, like, obviously, like, now she's, like, big. She's, like, a big theater girly, which is so me, too.
yeah.
So, she's kind of, I feel like she could be, like, our middle ground, almost.
Ari?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if we both were to like someone the same amount, I feel like you used to like her more. I feel like right now, we're kind of on a similar level with her.
Yeah.
You're more Billy.
Spotify rap because I never did that.
Okay.
It's like a wrap up for the year.
Oh, yeah. So, my top artists, we have Taylor Swift, and then I think it went Sabrina Carpenter. Oh, my God. Who else was on my Spotify Wrapped? Taylor. Hold on. You say yours. I need to pull mine up.
My top 5 artists were Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande,
Yes, she's on mine.
and then whoa, I'm forgetting.
Right? On the spot, it's kind of hard.
Ooh, there's a big one that I'm forgetting.
Sabrina.
Sabrina, Charlie, and Rex, Orange County.
Oh, see mine?
The British snuck in there.
Same top 3. I think it went Taylor, Sabrina, Ariana, and then I believe it was...
I think I like Chapel.
Oh my God, no, I take it all back.
Lizzie.
No, it was Beyonce was my number 5.
Oh yeah.
Because I love Cowboy Carter. Where is my Wrapped?
See, Beyonce didn't even make it to my top 20.
What? I had a phase where, like, I was in the elevator one time with someone who works in my office, like my coworker, headphones on. I did not realize till we both got out at the same time that I knew her because I was so locked into Cowboy Carter. Wow. It was all I would play when I was working.
Low-key, like,
kind of surprising for me.
That's low-key, like, I didn't even expect that whenever you posted it to your public Instagram account.
Yeah, I think Chapel was number 2 because she was my top, like, all my top songs. And then Sabrina, Ariana, Beyonce.
Wow, that's good.
Right.
All right. I don't really like these questions. I was waiting for it, but then I was like, damn, it's just not getting good. These are interesting questions to ask.
Okay. We can switch into weird stuff. I have
they're way too deep. I just want one of these to be good. Favorite childhood memory? Like, do we have any? I don't have any memories. Yeah. That's something to mention is that I can't remember anything before the age like 17.
That's really weird.
That's my lore.
And I think not weird, I'm sorry.
I wonder why that is.
I do remember Chloe and I a lot of times were big like performers in our house, and I remember specifically like it kind of like developed as we got older. It started we had a karaoke machine in our house and we would play like the Kelly Clarkson CD. We played Garage Band. Those were really big. And then it got to like High School Music. Oh, I loved singing to the High School Musical 3 song, the mashup during like the performance. Whenever Troy doesn't come out on stage and instead it's that like...
Even if we're miles apart.
Yes.
I just watched that the other day and I thought of you. I'm not joking. Because Lily would always be... She had that nasally ass voice and she'd be like, miles and miles.
No, well, you know what we would do is we'd switch off Who Was Sharpay. And we would do this in Macy's room.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We would do this in Macy's room. We would switch off Who Was Sharpay during that scene. And, you know, she's waiting for Troy to come out. And instead of Troy, it's that guy, Scooter?
We can't talk about him.
Yeah. He's a bad person. But in the movie, at least, he's kind of this, like, geek charming. He's like, anyways, that's who comes out to sing with Sharpay rather than Troy Bolton. And you can imagine the shock and the disappointment. And so we would hide in Macy's closet, find the most outrageous outfit we could because Macy's closet was quite interesting.
The crack spot.
It was really weird. And and so one of us would be Sharpay while the other person was getting changed into something crazy. And then we would like jump out of the closet in whatever outfit, and like if the Sharpay like broke character, you like lost the game. Like we were so
I do remember
so like
this.
Sharpay had to be like ew instead of like laughing.
Okay.
I love that.
Okay.
Yeah, I love performing with you.
I think like Lily said is that so much of our childhood was performing, so that's like all the memories I have. I remember we watched the Hannah Montana movie and we danced on the table. I remember like we would have like these lights in our house that we would use as like spotlights. I was always the boy in every song that we ever did. And then
for I gave you She's So Gone from Lemonade Mouth,
She's So Gone by in Lemonade Mouth. Freaking
which is
Naomi.
Naomi.
Yes. That is a me coded song that Lily couldn't even deny. And you know what's a Lily coded song? My dad went, oh wait.
Can't say that. Hey, we can't say that.
What's the one song that she sings though?
Always be more than a band.
That is a you coded song, yeah.
Just like anything Bridget Mendler did in that movie, I was like, wait,
Yeah.
I live for her.
And she continued to cook into her old age, so
yeah. I knew from the start that she was
she
someone to
something special.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm trying to think of like there's just so many songs that I can just like remember me and Lily performing. There's a whole entire Christmas special that I need to edit, but it's like we would put together like these entire performances, and it wasn't even just me and Lily. Like Macy and Max would do this as well. I don't know, it's just some theater bug in our family. It's just some theater bug. Oh my gosh, we're all bit with the theater bug, and it's so embarrassing. It's actually embarrassing. Like yesterday we were trying to sing Wicked. Macy sent us a freaking a 3-part harmony arrangement that she wants us to learn by tomorrow, so we can perform. One time we sang "The Best Day" by Taylor Swift for Mother's Day, and we made her breakfast. Oh, I think a really fun memory is, this doesn't really involve you, but it kind of does, but I had this phase where I would go into everyone's rooms in the morning and I would wake them up and I would take their breakfast order.
Yeah.
And I would make them breakfast and like serve it to them, but they had to like sit down like it was a restaurant, and I would have to bring it to them on like a tray.
I can't explain to you guys like the type of kid Chloe was. Like I was like also a kid, but I knew I was like she's a little hoot, you know? Like I was like probably like 10 and I was like, that girl Chloe, she's so crazy. Like I just feel like you need to like insert a picture or something. Like she was like the funniest person ever, and you still are, but like trying to hang out with like Max and his friends while they're like all hanging out, like she's just like chilling with them. You would break your arm for fun. Like I meant to say like she'd wear like slings and stuff to school for attention and like glasses.
I was the girl that had the knee brace on all the time. Yeah.
She had like a little fuck ass bob.
Okay. I had a real fuck ass bob, and then I got the fuck ass bob in the musical too as well.
Okay.
Okay. So you wanted to go into your New Year's resolutions.
Guys, let me just start off by saying I love the new year. I might even like it more than Christmas because I love a fresh start, and I think you do too.
Well, put that microphone. Lily is always, for the past like 3 or 4 years, she's always had plans on New Year. She doesn't know what it's like to be a stupid little girl stuck in her childhood home with no friends and no plans and sober.
Sorry.
But this year is different. I'm gonna have New Year's plans this year for the first time in my entire life, you guys.
That's awesome.
At the ripe age of 22.
Did you have any goals this year that you did or did not accomplish?
So did mention this a little bit on my last episode, but my last New Year's was just so not good because of everything that was happening. I mean, I feel like I might want to do another podcast going deeper into my 2024, but this was the hardest year of my life with like the biggest life adjustment post grad.
You gonna say that after I'm kidding.
Hey, we can just cut this right here. Like, this can just not hit the internet if you want to act like that. But, you know, the biggest life adjustment, sometimes, one of them is post-grad.
Yeah.
But then also, like, moving to a different city, really hard. Did both of those at the same time. And then it was just, like, trying to navigate it. And it was also a city I just didn't want to be in. But I like it now, so it's fine. Whoa, did I just say that out loud? I'm just kidding. But I don't I don't think I had like any plans for my 2024 because my 2023 was so fire that I was like, I just got to keep it up, and then I couldn't keep it up. So I think going into 2025 I will have a lot more goals and things to strive for. I want to balance my health and wealth better, you know? Did that make sense? That was corny.
Health and wellness?
Health and wealth.
Oh, like job and...
So, like, my financial situation, want to manage that better. And then I also want to find better balance within my health. Like, I'm really good at working out. I can be good at eating healthy, but it's just like doing both at the same time and like finding the right things to focus on. Like, I do focus on like, am I lifting more? Am I doing this for a longer period of time instead of like weight and stuff? But it's just like, I think if I really like delved into the science more of like eating X amount of, this is so boring, but like you're like tearing up, like get me out of here. But like, you know, like if you eat this much protein at this time, like, you know what I mean? It's also like being here. I've been eating so bad for literally like 48 hours and I feel terrible. And there's just something about whenever I'm like actually taking care of myself, I've like learned to want to do the right thing because it makes me feel good.
Right.
And like not like there's a rock in my stomach. Anyways, but other things would be job, though, like job within my major. Finding a place to live, maybe. I don't know. Will be homeless in 2 months. Vibes. Sorry. Our niece is yapping out there. Oh my god, not Siri. Don't talk to me. Stop. I don't know, you go. I know you have many things to say.
I'm like, thank God. No, I'm like I have a list on my phone somewhere of like resolutions. I didn't really follow any of them because I kind of made them a little weird. Like I was like, instead of like a book goal challenge, I want to read like an entire series. Hey, that didn't happen. But I almost reached my book goal. It was 24 books this year, which was like 2 a month. And I'm kind of behind on December, but I only have 2 left and I have 2 short books with me. So I think I'll do that. I wanted to get kind of my health in check, and I did that. I had surgery this year. So that kind of helped for my, I have a lot of like ovarian problems. Not ovarian. I would say more like uterus if you care. Gynecological problems. And so I had a surgery this year.
Is gynecological a word?
Probably not, but I think it kind of encompasses everything.
No, and that's real.
Right.
And apparently very common.
Yeah. So I got that in check. What were my other goals? I'm more excited about my 2025 because I've made them a little more silly. Because honestly, I know this was the worst year of your life. I think it was one of my best. And
What the hell? Why did you put Josh Hutcherson whistle video on your New Year's goals?
This was, my friends and I, every year we make a PowerPoint recapping the year before. And so I try to do a lot of like culturally relevant things in my PowerPoint. Right. And last year, the whistle video of Josh Hutcherson
so
was like my favorite thing ever. And so
it's still relevant.
I also wanted to make New York feel more like home for me rather than kind of what it feels like for Macy. And I think I did that this year also. So I think those are like the big takeaways. But I think next year this is so stupid. I want to be able to do a split again.
Oh, why?
What? No, I've honestly have been having such bad back and hip pain that I know that just like by stretching more often, it will feel better. And I think like to have some kind of obtainable like way, like place to go with like stretching will like make me do it more often. Because I remember when I was in dance, I'm not naturally flexible, but I was working towards my split. And so I was stretching every single night and like I got there, which is crazy because I'm not naturally kind of built like that. And so I want to be able to do a split in the new year, aka just stretch more and also just move my body more because I have a gym membership and I have been wasting a lot of my money by not going.
How it goes.
Yeah, but I don't have no excuse actually. I was going to make one and I don't. Yeah. But I want to do that. I want to, what were some of my other ideas? Oh my God, I lost it. Oh, 25 books for being turning 25 in 2025. I'll turn 25, so 25 books. Which this year was 24, so I think that's an easy step up. What are you going to say?
One of my goals is to say yes more.
Yay!
And Lily will be happy to hear because I'm very comfortable with my me time and being alone and being in my room. And I low-key have a fear of actually just leaving my house in general. But I've gotten better at that on my own. And like now that the sun sets at 4 p.m., I have to leave my house after dark because it's like I physically just can't. You know? I can't. So I've gotten better at leaving the house after dark on my own, which probably easier to do with somebody else as well. So saying yes more, reaching out to the friends that are close to me. I had a friend move literally 2 minutes away from me, and I don't ever see them. So that tells you anything about the kind of person I am. All right, anything else?
I think we could kind of cap it off. Okay, at least for me. To cap it off, I was gonna say high, low, and Buffalo of 2024.
Oh, well, I was gonna say our favorite thing about each other.
Aww. Okay, we'll do all 4.
Okay.
So you do high, low, Buffalo, and favorite thing about me.
Okay. So my high point was low key working for my brother and making a lot of friends that work there as well. And a lot of our regulars are so nice. I've gotten back into this is just like an era. Like, there hasn't been like one thing that really stuck out to me, but I've had like low eras and high eras, and like my high era has kind of been like recently, where I'm working for my brother. I have friends there. I have friends reaching out to me. I'm really focused on like my health and fitness, and I'm getting stuff figured out. I've been like so nose to the grind.
So grind.
Yes. And then my low era was bad job, got dumped, not really, situationship ended, what else happened? Like, no gym, nothing for self, health, job, or like life, like all boxes were unticked, and now I feel like I've ticked, if not all, like many. And then, what's
Buffalo is just like, it's not really like a high point, but it's just kind of like something random that happened that like you'll remember.
Me and my sisters went to Disney World for my sister's birthday, and that was honestly probably another high point, because didn't get to do a lot of traveling or anything this year because I was waiting around for this coffee shop to open. Okay, you do your 3, and then we'll do the about each other.
Okay. I think my high this year was going to the Tony Awards.
Okay, that was also like, this is what she means whenever she's like moving in silence. I didn't even know she was doing that until she was like there. Sometimes I just check Lily's location. I'm like, why is she at the, what is that place? Barclay Center.
Oh, yeah.
One time I checked your location, you're at Madison Square Garden, and I was like, okay.
A cool thing about my job, and also living in New York, is that, well, mostly my job gives me cool opportunities.
It's about to die.
Okay. Anyways, so I went to the Tony Awards for my job. I work at Make-A-Wish, and we had a few wishes for kids to go there, so I was the volunteer for that, and they chose me specifically because I love Broadway. My low was probably just the month of February in general. It was my first winter in New York, and I had like not seasonal depression, I would say. I don't think it like got to that point, but it was just not fun, and I was cold. And then Buffalo was I feel just like in general, all my friends from work and I got really close as like actual friends rather than coworkers. And so we like did a bunch of things together this year, which was just so fun, and getting to explore the city with people. Okay. And then favorite thing about Cho, I think, is that she is full of surprises. And we talked about that a bit earlier, but she's my biggest fan, and she's so supportive, and she does it in like such a specific and funny way. And she can just like brighten my day so easily and quickly. Okay.
My favorite thing about Lily is that she's my biggest fan, and like, wait, no, I'm not gonna cry. That's stupid. So basically I have a hard time making friends with girls, but then like Lily gives me hope because we get along so well, and I've literally never gotten along with somebody as well I do with Lily, even if they're also related to me. Sorry, you losers. But they know there's like a special kinetic energy here. So you guys want to get that? You guys want to get that one? But yeah, she's like so awesome, and so nice. She always knows what to say, even when I don't want to hear it.
True.
Sometimes she doesn't know what to say.
That's true too.
But she'll admit her faults also.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thanks.
Anyways, if you guys watched all of this video, maybe over a couple days, a journey.
That's fine. Take your time.
We appreciate you so much. We hope to see Lily more on the podcast, and one day it's gonna be on like a real set, and it's gonna be so fun, and she won't be awkward because look at how much she's warmed up since the beginning.
Yeah, I feel much better now, and I just want to say thank you for letting me on your podcast, because someone did tell me this year I should start my own because I have a voice for it, and I've thought about it maybe every day. So thank you for letting me dip my toes in. I took it back. Okay, I probably should not have a podcast. Like, I keep being so embarrassed by everything.
You say something that you've never said ever in your life. Homie.
Bye, homies.
And on that note, bye, homies. See you later. I love you. Well, okay.